Hey everybody, this is Minion Soldier and this is Ship Updates. Now of course, once again, we got a big look at the Reclaimer this week. Now the video that we were seen here featured the drone bay of the Reclaimer. Remember the Reclaimer, I believe it is 4 drones that it's supposed to come with, and also the power core, which is supposedly somewhat of a reskin of the same power core that exists in the Idris, because remember these are both Aegis ships. Now they also showed us a little bit of the work in disassembling or making the Reclaimer ready to get blown apart, and we also got some previews of some crashed ships, and they talked a little bit during ATV about derelict ships. So obviously when the Reclaimer is ready, it should hopefully have plenty to do in the universe. Now, the production schedule has not changed, which is a good thing in regards to this ship. So it is still slated for internal completion on September the 9th, I believe. So no real change there. And then I guess any patch immediately after that could contain the Reclaimer, though they may hang on to it for a while just until salvaging itself and all the systems that go with it are in the game client. Now we also got a short preview scene here of the interior of the Cutlass Black and a little bit of the exterior as they're working on it, but it was just a very short snippet. Now along with the Cutlass Black, in the fine print of the production report, there was some slightly unfortunate, but overall not impacting news to do with the Cutlass Black. And it was, I guess they were having some internal issues with software or software needing an update. So there was a little bit of downtime. So the Cutlass Black is slated for completion on June the 16th, which should give it more than enough time still to make it into 3.0. So overall, yeah, there was a little bit of a delay, but it should not impact the final product and when we get our hands on it. Now, of course, just a quick note, the Cutlass Blue and the Cutlass Red. The Cutlass Red is in production right now, and the Cutlass Blue should begin next week. So those ships, though they won't be included in 3.0, are both slated to be completed before the end of the summer. So they are not that far off if you own either ship. Now, one other thing that we found out from ATV is that the Origin 600 has now completed its concept, or at least the concept art is ready. Though, as far as I can see, and I was kind of holding on to this episode a little while to see if I could see an announcement, but I still haven't found anything. We don't know when that is going up for sale. So hopefully we'll see something soon, but we don't have a date for that sale yet. And we don't have any real firm details as to exactly the nature of the ship. How big is it going to be? Is it going to be just a fighter or possibly something a little bit larger? Maybe Redeemer or Vanguard size? We don't know yet. Now also featured this week is the Hull C. Now of course you can see the Hull C landing gear, and once again the interior. Now we've seen some of these shots of the interior before, but it does look pretty incredible. And it looks like down at the end of the hallway, it looks like someone's breaching the door. You can see that kind of cutter effect going up the door, which is why I kind of left that part of the video full size so you could really kind of see that. So it kind of looked like the breaching of the door on the Corellian Corvette in A New Hope's. That was pretty cool. And also this hatch on the side, which I took to be the chute for deploying the escape pods, is actually the elevator for when the ship is landed. So that is pretty darn cool. And it was nice to see that ship coming alive. And that's, of course, it's landed form, and it's not when it's all deployed and with all the cargo pods on it. But the ship is looking pretty damn awesome. Now, this is where things turn a little bizarre. Last week I was talking about MFDs and kind of CIG struggling to make them relevant on ships. Well, it seems like they've taken their first big step in that direction. And I do mean big. Look at the new cockpit of the Gladius. It kind of looks like the security monitors at your local mall a little bit. Now obviously that's an extreme example, and once you see it from the pilot's viewpoint, they aren't all that obtrusive and they aren't all that big. But once again, pun intended, this is a giant leap to try and make MFDs relevant. Now, the original Gladius had very small MFDs in it, but for what they did, they were still pretty efficient. And, under the old system, working with the heads-up display, that there really wasn't an issue before. But once again, trying to put everything in those MFDs has, led to some... I mean, it's kind of led to a point where the MFDs in the Gladius were upsized to the point of being somewhat comical. And, yeah, it's funny that I was talking about this last week, and, here it is. So, also this week, with the production schedule update, we now have a more up-to-date view of the release or the hopeful release date of 3.0. And at this point, from when we originally saw it till now, it is basically transposed entirely into the month of July. So it looks like possibly Evocati testing first week, second week of July, then followed with a general PTU after that, and then general release somewhere after the 20th of July. That is what they're scheduling for now. But once again, when you think about the width and breadth of everything that is going to go into 3.0, all the systems and all the things that they've been showing us, and some of it being so amazing and so great, you have to figure there's probably still some delays to come. So honestly, my personal feeling is still, if you set a personal expectation of Gamescom, I don't think you'll be disappointed. But if you set it earlier than that, you might be. But anyways, so much is looking really, really good right now, and so many of the things that they've showed us, not just even ships, but the general systems, the atmospheric effects, they showed us like emergency kind of shelters on moons or planets for pilots who have crashed. So much cool shit to go along with 3.0 that, any reasonable delay over the summer, I think, is excusable, because it looks like we are getting a metric shit ton of new shit to play with. And yeah, I'm still very, very excited for a 3.0 release, even though I think it's going to be in August. Anyways, that's the show for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.
Quantum travel initiated.